Next, I'll introduce a man that needs no introduction. You know, kind of the basis of our program, because he works with the guys all the way through Little League and working with his travel ball kids to Jacks. Does a wonderful job. Our JV coach, Dustin Duham.
Okay, I'd like to start off, kind of pick up right where Kyle left off. And first and foremost, thank you, Coach Bacon, for giving Garrett and I the opportunity to come back and coach. We really appreciate it. We have a great time. Thank you very much. And then before we get to the team introductions, I'm going to announce each player. We've got some individual awards. On behalf of the players, the coaches, and myself, I really want to thank the parents of the JV team. Constant support with, good, bad, and for the most part, we had a real successful season. We didn't quite accomplish the goals we wanted to accomplish as far as winning league, but we had a good time. I saw the players grow. I saw a lot of them get ready for the varsity level, and a lot of that had to do with the constant positive support from the parents. So parents, thank you very much. Okay, I'll call up each player one at a time. This first player didn't quite know he was going to be on the team until kind of after we got going. And once I got news that he was coming back and he was going to be on the team, it really changed the dynamics of everything. Defense, pitching and hitting, the whole nine. In particular, arguably the most important position on the field, catching. That player is Angel Lopez. The next player, I've had the privilege, this was my third year coaching him, and not only third year coaching him at the high school level, but his third year playing baseball. So I take a lot of pride in watching him grow day in, day out at practice, at games, learning the game, and he's turned into quite a player. And I think he's also, Jinsu, what's your GPA, 4.0? 4.5, whatever it goes up to. But as well as being a great teammate and a good baseball player, he's an outstanding student as well. That is Derek Jinsu Shin. Next player I'm going to talk about real quick is one of our pitchers, and I've done a lot of talking with Coach Gonzalez regarding this guy, and we feel he's got a bright future on the mound. Kind of our only lefty on the mound this year, and not only pitching, but towards the end there started to earn his way to a starting spot in the outfield, started swinging the bat real well, had a couple real big hits over at South Pass, almost hit one out over there. Left-handed pitcher Russell Reichman. Next player I want to talk about, one of our utility players, and probably didn't get the greatest playing time that he had hoped throughout the season, but then over the last 5 or 6 games, I really started giving him more opportunity, and what he did is he proved me wrong, and that's what coaches want to see out of the players that want more playing time. He absolutely proved me wrong and showed that he probably should have been starting in the outfield for a lot longer than I had. Swung a real good bat and had real good quality at bats. Jeremy Alvarado. So the next player was high expectations right out of the gate. I've been kind of looking forward to coaching him actually over the past couple of years, and for one reason or another, things just didn't work out with baseball. But once we got him on board this year, and I knew that he was going to be there and be solid, we put him right in the middle of the lineup, hitting 3-4, put him in some of the most important positions on the infield, fielding at third, short, second, wherever we needed him, and was very, very consistent with the bat. Led the team in batting average at .422. Had a big home run towards the end there, 4 doubles. Oscar Estrada. next player, again, my second year coaching him, as a lot of these guys. This is one of our pitchers. Struggled a little bit just with some injuries and stuff like that in the middle of the season. And when he's there, and he's 100% healthy, ready to go, you know, there may not be anybody better when he's on fire on the mound. Had a great season overall. You know, one of our main pitchers, Chris Brown. He has awesome shoes, by the way. Is it clean here? No. Clean Clemenson. This next player was hands down the most consistent player in the lineup when it comes to offense. You know, we kind of bounce him around, batting first, batting second, batting third. And one thing I got surprised with was his power. You know, I had no idea the power that this player has. Very fast hands. Had just an outstanding year with the bat. Was second in average, hit 407. Led the team in hits with 22 hits. 19 runs scored, led the team in RBIs, 17 stolen bases. Outstanding season with the bat, Bobby Hubble. The next player, right in line with Bobby and Oscar there, started off, you know, on fire with the bat, cooled off a little bit, but, you know, kept the consistency. You know, good hitters, they're not always going to be on fire, so it's really easy to cool off and get in the slump. You know, never got in the slump, stayed consistent, was one of our top hitters, had 5 triples on the JV level. I've never had a player have that many triples. 5 doubles, 5 triples. One of our big bats in the lineup, hitting 3-4. Sometimes we bat him leadoff. Also one of our main pitchers on the mound. You know, if we're in a big game, this is the guy we're going to. He's also our shortstop. That's Rudy Martinez. You know, just as I read the name right now, I started laughing. I went up and made eye contact with him. But you know what? That goes a long way. It goes to show you the type of person he is. It's real easy for you young men, you know, sometimes to be shy or nervous talking with coaches. And with this player, he's not. He talks with us, and you know, we appreciate it because he kind of. We want to be coaches, but also we want to care about you guys and show you guys that we're going to be there for you. On the field, outstanding. At third base, swung a big bat for us, was a constant starter all year long. Kind of one of the guys that we base the lineup around. You know, sometimes he's at third. Where do we need him in left field? Where do we need him? And but more importantly, you know, this game can get very serious, especially when you have particular goals, winning leagues, stuff like that. Sometimes in conversation with Coach Garrett and I, you know, he kind of brings us back down to earth and remember that this is a game and we're out there, we're supposed to have fun. So a lot of appreciation for this player. That's Rusty Romero.
How's everybody?
Okay, a couple players left here. The next player I want to talk about, I talked to this player in the beginning. I've coached him last year, and several others, and I told him that, you know, you're going to have to be the guy in this certain position, and we're going to need you to swing a strong bat. I've heard good things about you. I know what you can do. I've seen you in practice. Let's start putting it in the games. And started off a little slow, and I remember in the beginning there was one game we just had a couple bad at bats. I said, okay, you know, you're going to the bench. And as coaches, we use the term light a fire. That's what this did. This lit a fire into this young man. And from that point on, he started swinging a bat. Was constantly was a very consistent cleanup hitter for us in the 4 spot, and a really solid first baseman, was actually the only player on the team that didn't make an error this season. And at first base, with the amount of chances you get to make an error, that's a rare thing. That's Jonathan Scott. Next player I want to talk about, last year swung a real big bat for us, and same thing, I kind of put that pressure on him this year right away because I know what his capabilities are, and I know what his potential is. And I know he didn't quite have the season he wanted, but you still need consistency throughout your lineup on a baseball team. And this player brought consistency every single game. Played a good outfield for us, played a little first base when Scotty couldn't be there. And swung a solid bat, hitting right in the middle of the lineup, always showed that, he was a power threat. The other teams automatically knew about him. A lot of the coaches even remembered him from last year. And I think he has a bright future in baseball. I look forward to seeing him swing the bat in the future. That's Andrew Soto. Okay, the last player I'm going to talk about, kind of the same thing. I talked to this player in the beginning, and I coached him last year. Playing time wasn't great. And actually, in the beginning of this season, we had like 17 or 18 guys going for JV, and a couple dropped off for one reason or another. But I talked to this player in the beginning, and I said, look, just with that many players and everything, playing time is going to be rough. And wanted to make sure that this was a commitment he wanted to make. And he never had it down in his mind, absolutely, coach, I'm going to be there. I want to do whatever I can. And he did exactly that. Again, I'm sure he would have liked more playing time. Wish I could have given it to him. But the playing time that I did give him, he took full advantage of it. And more importantly than that, my appreciation comes from the hard work he put in. I mean, every single minute of every single practice. It didn't matter what we were doing, what drill we were doing, whether we were running, whether we were doing a schooler. This next player always gives 110%. And, that's another rarity that we find. So, John Watke. Okay, your 2012 JV baseball team. Okay, we have some individual awards that is voted on by the players. Coach Garrett and myself, we go ahead and put one vote into it, but really it's about the players. It's your guys' team, and you guys are out there every single day just like we are. You know who deserves what. So I agree with all of these awards, and we're going to start out with Co-Defensive Players of the Year. As I mentioned in the introduction, when I found out this player was coming to this school, it kind of changed everything, the whole dynamics of our lineup. And one of the positions we were worried about was catcher. We were worried if we were going to have to pull up a freshman to catch, what were we going to do? And when we knew Angel was coming to the school, it was kind of a big sigh of relief because we knew that he could handle the load of the innings behind the plate. And when he's not catching, he's going to fill in a short or second. He also did some pitching for us. One of the Co-Defensive Players of the Year, Angel Lopez. The second of the Co-Defensive Players of the Year, again in the introductions I spoke briefly on it. One of the positions in baseball that gets overlooked is first base. And a lot of times, players, teams, coaches think, oh, they just stick whatever the next best hitter is over at first base, let him catch the ball. At the high school level, it is so different. First base is one of the most important positions on the field, in particular with the amount of times they handle the ball in a game or on the course of a season. In 111 chances this year, Jonathan Scott made 0 errors, our Co-Defensive Player of the Year. we voted on the awards, we had a couple ties here or there for certain things. So we decided to do away with some awards and add on some others. As you see, co-defensive players. We also have co-offensive players of the year. First one I'm going to talk about, as I said, led the team in batting average, 422 batting average, had 4 doubles, had a big home run, did everything we asked of him and then some with the bat. And, solid 4 or 5 hitter right in the middle of the lineup. That's what you want. You want to get guys on base for your 4 or 5 hitters to come up and knock in the RBIs. He did exactly that. Also with only striking out 2 times in 52 plate appearances. So to be a good, solid power hitter, good hitter, and strike out that few, that's very, very good. Oscar Estrada. The next co-offensive player of the year. I made, again, brief mention of it before. Led the team in hits, had 22 hits, 7 doubles, led the team in walks, second on the team in runs scored, led the team in RBIs, led the team in total bases, led the team in stolen bases. Was by far our most consistent bat all year. If we were to go play tomorrow for the championship, you either both questions, who do you want leading off and who do you want up to bat with a runner at second? My answer is the same for both of those. Co-offensive player of the year, Bobby Hubble. And our last award is the MVP award. And one thing when I told the players, I said, you got to think of it as if you're approaching the most important game of the year, if this certain player is not there, which one of the players would it affect the team the most if they're not there? And to me, that's the most valuable player. You got to factor everything they do in between the lines and outside the lines. In between the lines, as I spoke before, very solid with the bat, had a 327 batting average, 5 doubles, 5 triples, led the team in runs scored, hit a little leadoff for us, had a third here or there, second in stolen bases. On the mound, he's the guy I want on the mound. We're playing the big game. But more importantly, one of the things I want to talk about is the leadership qualities. As a coach, you're always, you can't be out on the field. We're on the sidelines, so we're always shouting out as much as we can, do as much coaching as we can from the sidelines. But every team, you need that coach out on the field, that player/coach. And this player exemplifies that to the fullest. When I call a timeout and go to the mound, this is the player, whether he's pitching or not, he's the one that's right there with me, either adding on to what I have to say, agreeing, disagreeing to what I have to say, whatever it may be. When we come off the field, whether good inning, bad inning, he's the one that talks to them, looks everybody in the eye, and gets them going, and says, this is what we need to do to turn things around or to make it better. To me, that's the MVP, all around. Outside the lines, inside the lines. Our 2012 MVP, Rudy Martinez. So for JV, we're all done, but one more time before we sit down, just wanted to thank the parents. They've got some things, okay. Before they come up, parents, again, thank you very much, and it was a great season.
I just want to add what Coach Duhamel said. It's not the season we wanted, but we did good. We worked hard at practice, worked hard on the field, didn't give up. I just want to give this to Coach Duhamel.
Alright, this is for Coach Garrett. He made our season real fun and got us ready for next year on varsity. So this is for you.
This is from the team. We want to thank Lisa for supporting us at the snack bar, and especially our games. It was a big thing for us, so Lisa,